Hello everyone, I'm Joey and welcome back. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into a store planning to buy just one thing and walked out with five? Or maybe you've opened Amazon to order something small, only to end up spending twice as much as you expected. If you've ever wondered, why do I keep buying things I don't actually need? You're not alone. And here's the surprising part. It has very little to do with self-control. In fact, some of the biggest companies in the world spend billions of dollars every year studying one simple question. How can they make us spend more money? The answer isn't magic. It's psychology. Every supermarket, every online store, every shopping mall, and even the apps on your phone are carefully designed to influence your decisions, often without you even noticing. By the end of this video, you'll never look at shopping the same way again. Let's get started. Imagine walking into a supermarket. You grab a shopping cart, pick up the items on your list, and head toward the checkout. Simple, right? Not exactly. Everything around you has been carefully planned. Notice where milk and eggs are usually located. They're often at the back of the store. Why? Because retailers know you'll have to walk past hundreds of other products before reaching them. The longer you stay inside the store, the more opportunities there are for you to buy something you never intended to purchase. That's no accident. It's strategy. Now think about the checkout line. You're standing there waiting to pay, and suddenly you see candy bars, gum, soft drinks, magazines, tiny gadgets. Those products aren't placed there because they fit nicely. They're there because you're making one last decision before leaving. After spending several minutes choosing products, your brain becomes mentally tired. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. When we're mentally exhausted, we're more likely to make impulsive choices. That's why grabbing a chocolate bar at the last second feels so easy. Online shopping works the same way, but it's even more sophisticated. Let's say you're buying a pair of headphones. Before you check out, the website shows you recommendations. Customers also bought, you might like, frequently bought together. At first, those suggestions seem helpful, but they're also incredibly effective at increasing how much people spend. You came for one product, now you're considering three, and before you know it, your total has doubled. Have you ever noticed how powerful the word free is? Free shipping. Buy one, get one free. Free trial. Even when the discount isn't very large, the word itself grabs our attention. Our brains love feeling like we're getting something for nothing. Sometimes people spend $50 just to qualify for free shipping on a purchase they originally planned to make for $25. Ironically, trying to save money ends up costing more. Another powerful trick is urgency. Only two left. Sale ends tonight. Limited time offer. These messages create a fear of missing out. Economists call this scarcity. When something appears limited, our brains automatically assume it has more value, even if we didn't want it 5 minutes ago. That's why countdown timers and flash sales are so effective. They make us focus on losing the opportunity instead of asking whether we actually need the product. But here's where things become even more interesting. What if I told you that many of your buying decisions happen before you even enter the store? Advertisements, social media, influencers, friends, even the videos you watch online are constantly shaping what you believe you need. Sometimes you don't buy a product because it's useful. You buy it because you've seen it so many times that it starts feeling familiar, and familiarity creates trust. Companies understand this better than anyone. But there's one psychological trigger that may be influencing your spending more than all the others combined. And once you recognize it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. So, what is the most powerful force behind the way we spend money? It's not discounts, it's not advertising, and it's not even low prices. It's emotion. Think about the last time you bought something you hadn't planned to buy. Were you celebrating? Feeling stressed, bored? Maybe you had a bad day at work and wanted to treat yourself? Or perhaps you were scrolling through your phone late at night and suddenly clicked buy now. In many cases, we don't shop because we need something. We shop because we want to feel something. That feeling might be excitement, comfort, confidence, or even the satisfaction of getting a good deal. The purchase only takes a few seconds, but the decision often started with an emotion. Companies understand this incredibly well. That's why advertisements rarely focus only on the product. A car commercial isn't just about horsepower, it's about freedom. A coffee ad isn't only about the drink. It's about relaxing after a long day. A smartphone commercial isn't just selling technology, it's selling a lifestyle. The goal isn't simply to convince you that a product works, it's to make you imagine how your life might feel if you owned it. And when emotion enters the decision, logic often takes a step back. Another reason we spend more than we expect is something called friction. Years ago, paying meant handing over cash. You could physically see your money leaving your wallet. Today, a single tap, swipe, or click completes the purchase. It's fast, convenient, and almost effortless. That convenience is wonderful, but it also makes spending feel less real. When money becomes digital, it's easier to lose track of how much we're actually spending. Small purchases don't seem important on their own. A coffee here, a streaming subscription there, food delivery on a busy night. None of them feels expensive individually, but over weeks and months, they quietly add up. This is why many people are surprised when they check their bank statement. They don't remember making one big purchase. Instead, they see dozens of small ones. Economists sometimes call this the latte factor, not because coffee is the problem, but because frequent small expenses can have a bigger impact than we realize. The lesson isn't to stop enjoying life. It's to become aware of where your money is going. Here's something encouraging. The same psychology that encourages spending can also help you save. Waiting 24 hours before buying something online can reduce impulse purchases. Shopping with a list helps your brain stay focused. Turning off marketing notifications removes constant temptations. Even asking yourself one simple question can make a difference. Would I still buy this if it weren't on sale? That single pause gives logic a chance to catch up with emotion. The truth is, spending money isn't a sign of weakness, it's part of being human. Our brains evolved to seek rewards, avoid missing opportunities, and respond to emotions. Businesses understand these behaviors, and they design shopping experiences around them. But once you recognize these patterns, something changes. You stop reacting automatically, you start making decisions more intentionally. And that's where real financial confidence begins. Because the goal isn't to stop spending, the goal is to spend on the things that truly matter to you, instead of the things that simply capture your attention for a moment. The next time you walk through a store or open your favorite shopping app, take a moment to notice what's influencing your decisions. You may be surprised by how many invisible forces are competing for your wallet. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. If you enjoyed this video and want more simple explanations about economics, money, and the psychology behind everyday financial decisions, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.